Hello everyone, I'm Christina Fredrickson with Together We Heal, Yoga for Trauma, and today we have something special. So we are going to be outside in my backyard because the season is changing and the leaves are falling, and you'll notice just since I put this stuff up that the pine needles are falling. And you might see a couple animals during this. I get lots of birds that come down here. You might see my three dogs as they're approaching me right now. You might see my husband walking around. But I just wanted to let you know that we'll be practicing outside today, and this is going to be called Spartan Sunday Flow. So before we get started, I'm going to start with some meditation and easy pose, but if you don't have a place to envision to meditate, I'm going to give you one. So I'll be right back. Watch. All right, now that I've shared with you a place, and if you already have a place, please use your place, but I figured some of us haven't done a lot of guided meditation, and so when we tell you to go to a place that makes you feel relaxed, there's nature, I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an image for some of you that haven't seen that. So hopefully you did enjoy that. That is my backyard, my sanctuary. I love nature, and as you can tell, I have all kinds of different elements. I have fire in the back, I have the air outside, the earth, the wind, and spirit. So we're gonna start, and you can start just in an easy position. If you wanna do a half locust, you can. I can't really do that because I have some back injuries and some knee injuries from my previous life. So we stick to our limitations, even if you're an instructor. During this series, after we go through the guided meditation, I'll offer all kinds of different alternatives to what I'm doing. And it's typically going to be the same type of flow that I teach in all the other classes that you see me teach. So let's go ahead and get started. Sit on your sit bones, fingers together. You're going to sit straight up, and you're going to pretend like there's a string coming from your head, the crown of your head, that's pulling you all the way up to the sky, to the divine. You're going to relax your shoulders, and you're just going to start to get attuned to some of the sounds. I'm not playing music today, but I wanted just some nature sounds for you. Like you guys can hear the water in the back from the fountain, or you can hear the river. You might be able to hear the air. You have your eyes closed, but during this whole time you'll be able to see the needles that are raining from my forest. I do have a lot of evergreen trees in my backyard, which I absolutely love. So just kind of get yourself in that space and just start breathing in, out, in, out, and let go of anything that you might be thinking about, anything that's causing you stress right now, and try to be in a present moment. Like I said, if you need somewhere to think about my backyard, that you're right here with me. I can smell pine, I can smell white sage that I'm burning. Use all of your senses where you're at. Smell, taste. I can taste the fresh air because it is the last weekend of summer and beginning of fall. And I want you to do 10 breaths. And I want you just to go internal and feel that energy flow internally while you're breathing and getting ready for this practice. So during the 10 breaths, I'm going to be silent, and I want you just to, set some goals for yourself today. One of them, I want you to be mindful and present in this meditation practice. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 5, exhale for 7. And when you exhale, I really want to hear that. So you can breathe that negative energy out and then receive the positive energy. Hold it in, let it go to those places that you need the positive energy. and replace that negative energy and breathe out. So now it's at your own pace, and I'm going to be quiet and do my breaths. And if you can't quite do it for 4, 5, and 7, then just do whatever flows naturally with your body and your breath. Maybe do some neck motions while you breathe in between breaths, just to relax your shoulders. You carry a lot of tension in your shoulders. We got 2 more. Right now, everybody should be in this mindful meditation state where they feel the positive energy coming in and the negative energy coming out. So now we're going to begin our practice. And we're actually going to be in it standing today, even though we're in this wonderful meditative state, but we're ready to accept, especially since we're outside and I've joined you in my beautiful space. So we're going to start standing. So let's start standing. I'm just standing. I got some tight hip flexors a little bit, and my back's kind of been sore this last week. So if I'm not as flexible as normal, that's fine. So we're going to start in mountain pose. Shoulders back. Part of your head goes to the divine. Engage all of your energy through your chakras. Breathe it in. Exhale it out. Stand in mountain pose. And mountain pose, you could be, for you yogis that have been doing yoga for a long time and learned this way, that's fine. I just like to do it like this because I don't quite have the balance and stability yet as an advanced yogi. So you want to go 2 fists apart. So if you bend from the hips, because we're just starting, I don't want anybody to hurt their backs, and kind of squat your knees down a bit. And then come all the way up, breathe in. Hands to heart center. Breathe in again. Bend from your hips. And squat down. Interlock your fingers on your toes. And just forward fold right now. And kind of loosen up those hamstrings. And then flat back, halfway flat back. And then go back down into the fold, and into the fold, I want you to interlock your hands, kind of just move side to side. And then remember, because we're still warming up, bend your knees, use good posture, squeeze through your glutes, come up. Inhale, interlock your hands. So your hands should be interlocked, your pointer fingers pointed towards the sky, the divine. And then we're going to go over to the right side. So as we breathe, when we breathe in and exhale, we're going to go deeper. So breathe in, exhale, a little more deeper. Make sure your core is still engaged during this part. And if this is fine, if you have back issues, if this is fine and you can feel the stretch in your lower body, this is fine. Don't push yourself unless you're ready to be there. I'm going to continue a little bit longer. Get to a point where you probably hold it for just a couple breaths, but then that's it. Just got 2 more breaths. You're going to zip it back up, really bracing your core together, and then we're going to go to the left side. Same thing on this side. Sometimes my hot tub might kick on. This gives you more sound of running water from the nature's elements. 2 more breaths here. Maybe make sure that when you're doing this, you don't drop your shoulders and you're kind of looking up to the sky, core is engaged, and then zip it back up from the top. And we're gonna go in exhale into mountain pose. And now we're gonna do some balancing postures. So the first one we're gonna do is, there's progressions of this, and I'll teach you through the progressions, but it's actually a standing leg to toe touch. We're gonna do it on both sides. And we're gonna start with left side. So the first thing we wanna do here is breathe in, exhale out, pick up your left leg, kind of at a 90-degree angle. You can stay here. This is a very beginner. You can come underneath your foot. You can come kick out. You can bring it out. And this is ultimately where you want to get to. And if you want to get crazy, you drop your feet, pick it right back up. Do a little bit of a rotation. So I'm gonna actually stay in this position, if I can today. Just a couple breaths. So go ahead and bring that leg down. Inhale, receive all that positive energy from the earth. Exhale, now we're gonna go to the right side. So same thing, pick your right leg up, make sure you're stable on your left. Wrap your hands around your right shin and stay here. Breathe for here. You can do some ankle rotations if you like. If you're a little bit more advanced and you don't have any back pain, then you can come down here and you join me out here. And then when you're ready, it might not be today, and if it is, awesome. You're gonna be here. And if you want to get creative and do that side twist on this side, you can as well. But I'm going to stay on the right side. All right, come back down. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to go into our eagle pose. So we're going to take our right hand, identify your right, this is my right, and it's going to come under my left hand. I'm going to try to keep my shoulders down, my core engaged, and my hands aligned with my body. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to take my right foot, bring it over the top of your left leg. And for newer beginners in yoga, this is pretty much where they'll end up staying. If you get a little bit more advanced, and you can wrap your foot around your calf, you want to make sure everything aligns. And then if you want a little bit more, you can come down with that balance. So I think I'm just going to stay right here today. So teach that. But if you want to go down, a couple more breaths here. And then we're gonna go out of it just like we came into it. Breathe out. Exhale out. Identify your left hand. Left hand goes under right hand. Same process over here. You want to make sure your shoulders are down, aligned, and your elbows are aligned. Squat down. Engage your core. Take your left leg. Come over the top. Same thing here. You want to align your knees, elbows, and maybe you're here right now, and maybe you can wrap it around. Squat down, but I'm going to stay right here. And then we're going to come out of it just like how we did. Inhale, exhale. We're going to go into a tree pose. So with the tree pose, we're going to start on our left. So there's a variation of the tree pose. So hands to heart center. Breathe in, exhale all that negative energy out. And then you're going to take your left foot, and you're either going to use it as a kickstand if you're not ready. Put it on your calf. Or for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, and I think this kind of depends on the pants that you're wearing, you're gonna put it in here. Let's say you have slippery pants on today. Or you can put it all the way up here and hold it. I'm gonna keep it at my calf because I like to grow my tree. What I mean by growing your tree is you get to where you wanna be in whatever variation you're at, and then you just take your arms up to the sky. And we're gonna do 5 breaths here. For balance, just make sure that you find a point in the room. I have a camera to look at, so it's keeping me focused. As you notice, like when I look up, I kind of come off balance. One more breath. All right, your hands are going to go back down to heart center. We're going to switch sides. So same thing on this side. I had a knee injury about 10 years ago on the jaw. A lot of you that are probably watching this have lots of injuries. Sorry, a lot of energy too. So you're going to bring your right foot up into either a kickstand on your calf, in here, or all the way up here. And then hold your hand here. Like I said, I like to grow my tree. So I'm going to stay on my calf. And I'm going to grow my tree tall, 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 reaching up to the sky. 5 breaths here. Breathe in the positive energy, exhale out the negative. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. One more. Breathe in, exhale, hands go to heart center, and then we put our feet down. Take one more breath in. Exhale down into mountain pose. And now we're going to go into a half moon. A little bit more, a couple more balancing series. And then we're going to go into our flow, a bit of flow with weights, handstand series, a little bit of blotting core. And then we're going to end with our stretching in our best position, Savasana. Okay, so we're going to start warrior 3, and I'm actually going to pivot on the sides so you can see me talking on the sides. So I'm going to turn my hot tub on. Because I would like more nature for you to hear the birds. And if they come by, I'll let you know. So if you need a block, we're going to turn facing that way. Feet side by side. If you need a block, you can use a block. We're going to take one step in. And then we're going to come down and touch the block. And we're going to be balancing. And our hand is going to go up to our sky. We're going to rotate our chest to the front. And then eventually you want to get to a point where you can look all the way up to the sky. Just keep a breath here. If you'd like to, you can reverse it. So your left hand goes down, right hand goes up, and you're looking to the back of the room. Engage your core, make sure your shoulders are square to the back of the room. And then same thing if you want to look up. But see how that just changes your balance? And come back to warrior 3, or excuse me, to half moon. And then you're going to come out, you're going to step right next to your right leg in the chair position. You're going to breathe all the way up. Exhale. And then we're going to change sides. Move your block to this side. We're going to stand with our feet together. And we're going to step our left leg forward now. And we're going to reach down to the block if you need to. If we don't need the block, you can put your hands down on the mat. And then we're going to reach our arms up. So I'm going to use the block because I want to try to get into the right form for you guys. So same thing, we want to square our shoulders to the front. It's hard. This takes practice. If you'd like to, you can rotate. You can put your right hand down. I'm gonna go to the back. If you want to look up, you can. And same thing, square your shoulders to the back towards your hip and forward. Engage your core. Come back. Half moon. Ooh. Step right next to your left foot into a chair pose. Stand all the way up. Exhale. Then we're going to come back to the center. And then from the center, we're going to do kind of the same thing we just did, but we're going to work on our warrior 3. So, what you want to do for warrior 3, inhale, exhale. We're going to pivot to the left, and then we're going to take the right leg. We're going to start leaning towards that block, trying to keep your back straight and flat, core engaged. And you can either be here with airplane arms, or you can be here. Engage your core, breaths. Woo. You lose your balance, just come back into it. You lose your balance, maybe the arms today are too much. So just stay in the airplane wings. All right, then you're going to step into your right leg, and you're going to pivot to the other side. And remember, I usually do more sequencing to make it make sense, but I'm specifically doing it like this so I can show you a little bit more of just these balancing postures. When we get into the flow, I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but we'll see. I'll be creative. Okay, so you're going to step forward with your right, with your left foot back now. Same thing either in airplane arms, with your chest up, your back straight. You want to go into warrior 3. Got a couple breaths here. I know your legs are starting to shake, but that's good. It means it's warming your lower body up, your core. Right, then we're going to come back out of it. Put our left foot right next to our right. Pivot to the front. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. And I want you to thank yourself for the standing balancing series, because now we're going to move into a little bit of flow. So with flow, what we want to do is go into that mountain pose. And you'll see me do different variations. I'm going to go forward, I might go to the side here, and I might go to the side here, but I'll tell you which side to be on. So the first thing with flow, what we want to do is inhale, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale into your first chaturanga. And if it's your first, just to protect your lower back, you can do on your knees. And then to your upward dog, or cobra for those of you, but my back's not that warmed up, and like I said, I have a lot of back issues. So I'm gonna stay here, and then from here, we're gonna go into our first down dog. So really push your hips towards the sky, make sure your fingers are pointed forward, your shoulders are away from your ears. And then I just want you to kind of strap your feet back, like your heels towards the ground, and just kind of loosen up. This is our first downward dog. And right now, for the next 10 minutes or so, this is going to be our place that we take a break. And if you're not advanced enough for that, which is totally fine, if we're in our 5 breaths recovery in the downward dog, I just want you to go into a child's pose. Just like this, if you need to. And rub that third eye center. But for the rest of us, we're going to continue in down dog. When you're ready to join us, please do. So from down dog, you're going to look straight, and you're either going to jump or you're going to step up to in between your hands. Right now, I'm just gonna step up in between my hands, and I'm gonna inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. You can jump back now if you want. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Whew. Okay, now I'm gonna add on to this a little bit. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna take that right leg high into the sky and we're gonna open up that hip. Oh, just feel that hip opener. And we're gonna go back up into the sky. And then we're gonna step through, and you wanna make sure to try to get that hand up by your right hand, or your right foot by your right hand. And then from here, we're gonna come up into a warrior one, into your crescent lunge. So your back foot should be pointing forward. From a crescent lunge, we're gonna go to a warrior two. So really the only difference is your back foot's gonna pivot, and you kind of see how your pelvis area kind of tilts to that left side now, rather than front on. And then from this position, we're gonna go into a warrior two. So we kind of rotate our body a little bit. You want to lean into that front leg, just make sure your knee isn't going over your toes. Just breathe here. And then from here, to tip your left booty out, reach with your right, gauge your core, come down into a triangle. And I'm going to change this way so you guys can see me. So here's my triangle. If you'd like to revolve your triangle, put your left foot back into warrior one, come down, revolve that triangle. You're going to come back into the triangle. You're going to go into a side angle stretch. Just widen your feet a little bit more. It's kind of like a deep lunge. You can be here, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here. Just kind of whatever your level is. And you can also get into your birds of paradise. Which I'm not that great out yet, so I'm gonna hang out here. And that's the thing about yoga. Sometimes you have days that are a little harder for you depending on what your week was like. I had a really busy week mentally and physically last week. So from this position, we're gonna come back up into warrior two. And then we're gonna rotate our warrior, reverse it, and then we're gonna windmill our hands down into a plank position. We're just gonna hold our plank for a couple breaths and engage that core. Make sure your back is flat, your booty's not up like here, your booty's not down like here, but your back is flat. And then from this position, we're gonna slowly lower down into our chaturanga. Come up to our up dog or cobra if you'd like to be here. And then from here, we go to our down dog. Same thing, you want to try to get your hips as far up to the sky. You want to try to get your heels to the floor at some point in time. Fingers pointed forward, shoulders back to ears. And just breathe. This is our resting period. From here, we're going to look forward, we're going to step, we're going to hop. I'm just going to step. And sometimes it's easier for you, instead of being from here, to come up on your top toes, kind of create some space, and then move your leg up. So we're doing our left, step on the right. So you're going to put your left leg right by your right hand. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come up into a warrior one. Make sure you engage everything. And your feet shouldn't really be in line, because you see how I just lost my balance. You want at least like the 2 feet space in between your legs so you can have that balance. So we're back into a warrior one. From here, you're just gonna pivot your back foot down, stand up a little more straight. You're in that warrior two. My hips are now kind of pointing off that direction instead of forward. From here, we're gonna go to warrior two. From here, we're gonna keep that right hip back this time. We're gonna reach. We're going to straighten our left leg. We're gonna come down into triangle. I can see the sun coming out. Just get that vitamin D. And then if you want to rotate your triangle, pivot your back foot back into a warrior one. Bring your right hand down. And then facing you guys again. Oh, you can see the sun ray right there. That's beautiful. Then we're going to go back to our original triangle. Sometimes you might have to push your foot in a little bit more. So from here, we're going to go back to the warrior two. Just make sure I see lots of people with warrior two that are not really into that lunge position. We really want to work the glutes, hamstring, the quads, arms, the legs, the back, the core. From here, you're going to reverse it and then windmill down. Exhale into an upward dog or cobra, and then inhale to an upward dog. Got some rest here. And then we're going to do our left side. All right, if you need to go to your knees, just like this, for maybe the last two breaths. After we finish this, I'm going to add some weights to this. We're going to join me back in down dog. Lift up your left leg as high as you can. Open up that hip. So good. Lift back up to the sky. And then you're going to step up. Remember how I taught you kind of push yourself up, your head's up to the sky to get your hand, to get your foot by your left hand. And then from here, I'm going to go back into warrior one. From here, put your right foot, your back foot down into warrior two. You're looking over your forward hand. Then you're going to kick your hips out, lean forward, and then into a triangle pose. Reverse that. Reverse it. Then go back to it. And from here, we're going to go to warrior two. And we're going to reverse it. Windmill down. Chaturanga. Downward dog. We're going to look forward. We're going to step hop and we're going to jump. You might have to bring your hands up a little bit. Same thing, like push your hips up as far as you can, the shoulders, so you can step right between your hands. And then we're gonna halfway lift, and we're gonna inhale into a chair position. I'm gonna turn this way. We're just gonna hold this chair position. Make sure we got all those warmed up, legs warmed up. And then sink a little bit lower. You wanna put your hands to heart center, hand. If you'd like to join me in a yoga squat, you can. For those of you that have back and knee problems, I do this. It's totally acceptable. Just got some breaths here. All right, from here, we're going to basically just kind of touch our toes. We're going to take the block out, halfway lift, and then into a chair pose again. You guys wanted that, so I had to do it. It's not gonna be very long this time. So then we're gonna come out of the chair pose, inhale, exhale to mountain pose. And right now, we're 33 minutes in, so I want you to grab a drink of water, because the next part of the class is a little bit more high intensity. Still yoga though. We just gotta work our bodies, right? Especially as we get older. As women, we wanna make sure that we're strong, don't get osteoporosis. Even as men too, you wanna keep working that body. So what we're gonna do now, get your water. You wanna be in child's pose. We're gonna take about a 30-second break. During your break, you want to grab your weights that you're going to use. So for the flow, I'm going to use 4 pounds. You're just starting out, 1 pound, 2 pound. You've been doing this for a while with me, 4 pounds. Because we kind of want to work on that flow and that strength right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our feet separated. We're going to be like in a modified mountain pose since we have weights, and we're gonna breathe in with a bicep curl all the way up, and then we're gonna exhale into a swan dive. Just make sure you're with weights now, so everything needs to be with your core engaged. You're gonna come down into like a deadlift, halfway lift, deadlift, and then you're gonna go down into a chaturanga, up dog, dog. You're gonna lift your right leg. Your right leg's gonna come through to your right hand, and you're gonna go up into a warrior 1, and then we're just gonna do some biceps with pulses. So just got 10 of these. That's it. That's the last one. And from here, we're actually going to put our weights together, because this is where you have to engage your core. You don't want to do anything to hurt your back. And from this position, I'm actually going to turn so you guys can see me what I do when I go into warrior 2. So you're still in this position. You're going to drop your foot like you would in a warrior 1. And then you're going to go to warrior 2. And we have 5 arm circles forward. 5 arm circles back. And then we're gonna bring it in here, reverse that warrior, windmill your arms down into chaturanga, upward dog or cobra. Go back into that down dog. Whew. Take some breaths here. It's a little bit harder with the weights, if you can't tell. Then we're going to go up with the left foot, and you're going to bring your left foot right by your left hand. And then you're going to come up into warrior 1, and then this time we're going to pulse and shoulder press for 10. Keep everything engaged. Shoulders aren't weighted by your ears. 3 more. From this position, you're going to bring your weights into your chest, and you're going to rotate your back foot like it was in warrior 2, and you're going to go into warrior 2. And here you got 5 circles forward, 5 circles back. And then you're going to reverse your warrior, windmill down, step or jump back, chaturanga, the cobra, to down dog. Whew. And then from here, we're going to look, we're going to step, hop, jump between our hands. Like I said, you can create some space by getting on top of your tippy toes and leaning forward, and then stepping right between your hands. And then from here, we're going to bring the weights off the ground. Make sure your core is engaged, flat back, and we're gonna go into a halfway lift. Forward fold, and then you're gonna push the weights over your head, kind of like a thruster. You're gonna bring them back down into a mountain pose. And then we're done for the weights right now. We're gonna go into our handstand series, but don't put the weights so far away yet because we're gonna need those during the Pilates section. So handstands. You guys all see me with this wonderful device. Which is my ultimate handstand, which is great. So I'm gonna go this way because I want you to see how I activate my core and everything. So for those of you that might not be here yet, you can use blocks, stack of blocks on your shoulders. I think 2 or 3 blocks should be fine, and then you could do it against a wall. That's how I first started practicing. If you're comfortable enough to do it on your head, which I don't preferably like just because I'm older and I don't want to mess my neck up. But if that's your jam, then go ahead and do it. So today, I've tried some of those stuffs in the past. I'm just going to use my handstand device. So what you want to do is there's this wonderful cutout hole for you. Your face is going to go in there. And you're going to start as high as you can, and you want to push your face to almost like you're looking in the back of the room. And then from here, you're going to engage your core, and you can put one leg up, the other leg up, and then you can see me talking. Inversions are so great because it just, for me, it takes the stress off of my lower back, the circulation in your head. And I've been doing these for a while, so if you can only do a couple seconds, I understand it. You have to build up to this. So from this position, we're gonna just play around. I'm gonna tilt my head back for balance. And one day I would hope to touch my back of my head, or just that portion of the white part of the device. And then I'm gonna go back up. I'm going to go into some splits. Just working your core. You can cross your legs. You can put your legs forward, which is a lot harder. Zip it back up. Sometimes I like to do just squats against gravity, where I engage my core and squeeze my glutes. Like I'm pressing up against the atmosphere in the sky. Or you can also do, looks like a split, both ways. And then I've been practicing lately because I would like to get to a point where I can do this, but in a handstand and come up off the ground and then zip my legs up. I know I got a long ways to go, but everybody has goals. So for me working on that, I'm going to stand like I would be in a handstand and slowly fight that resistance of it pushing me on the ground. And then come back up. And one day, I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that freestanding. And you'll be here on that journey with me. All right, so now we're going to get into the Pilates. So I'm going to go with a little heavier weights this time, with my 8s, and we're going to sit down on the mat. We're going to go all the way back. We're going to take our feet up and our arms up, and then we're going to go in and out. We got 20 of these. If you want to keep more of a core workout, keep your shoulders off the ground. If that might be too much for you, go ahead and lower them to the ground. If you can't do 20, try to do it. Drop the weights if you can't. But don't ever force yourself to where there's pain. 20. Then bring the weights down, your feet to the mat. And bring your weights out. I have this beautiful view of the sky right now and the clouds and the trees. And you're going to push up into a bridge. And then when you push up into a bridge, you're going to squeeze that chest, squeeze the glutes, come down, and you have 20 here. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, exhale on the squeeze. 4. Just make sure you really squeeze those booties because we all like really nice, fit, strong booties to support our lower back with our core. Then we got 2 more. Okay, I want you to bring the weights back down to your chest and come back down, put them down. Just take about 3 breaths. If you need to get a sip of water, because we have 2 more iterations that are similar to that. And those of you that have watched my videos know what's coming. It looks like this one's going to be an hour today, guys. So if you can only stay till 45 minutes, at this point I just kind of want you to do happy baby and go into your Shavasana. And if you want to continue with us, it's great. So we're going to go on to the second body series. You put your feet up into the air, hands go up. My shoulders come off so I get more of a core. And this one is going to be palms together. You're going to bring it down and up, down and up. Working our chest, those inner thighs. One more. 20. Bring it back down to your chest. All right, here. Bring your feet down. I might have to scoot down because I'm only going to use one weight now. And what we're going to do is we're going to start overhead. This is going to work a little bit of our back. And we're going to start here. And we have 20 just like we did. But what you're going to do is we're going to push up into the glute bridge, engage your core, bring the weight up, exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure to still squeeze those glutes. You should kind of feel this in your lat because this is actually for your back. Might feel it in your triceps too. Here's my chickadee babies. 2 more. You can hear them in the background. They're very friendly birds. Sometimes I like to get really close to anything in life. Alright. Bring the weight back here. Go ahead and set the weight down. Same thing. Take a breath for a minute. I wish you guys had the view I have right now because I could just see the blue sky and the clouds going by. Makes my heart feel great. It brings me into the present moment. Okay, so you got your last one. So grab your, you can use your other weights if you want because we're gonna do our last series. So our last series is actually up, up, and it's a crisscross. So opposite hand, opposite arm. So bring your shoulder blades up if you want that extra core work. And you got 20 of these. More you want to make it, the harder it gets. So stick to where you're at. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to compete or get hurt in this class. 5 more. I know it's getting hard. Stay in there. If you need to put the weights down, put them down. Okay, bring the weights down. And then the last thing that we're going to do in this series, because we still want to work those booties and those cores, because that's a lot of what Pilates is, shoulders, which is great. Okay, so we're going to do, when we go up, we're going to put our arms up, and then basically go down, up, down, work the triceps, squeeze that booty up, down, work the triceps, squeeze the booty up, down, work the triceps, squeeze that booty up. We got 20 of these too. If it gets to be too much, drop a weight just like this, and you can go like a skull crusher. You're still getting that benefit. You have a little bit of resistance in your body, but you're tightening everything up and really working through that resistance. A couple more here. All right, bring that weight down to your chest. Go ahead and put it on the ground. And then I want you to take both of your knees and tuck them in and kind of roll back and forth. Made it to the end. Got a couple things that are going to be still probably a little challenging with the shoulder stand and the plow, but kind of just be where you're at right now. If you want to go into Shavasana, if you want to just do part of the stretch, I want this to be your practice. If you want to just sit and meditate about the backyard. So from here, we're going to take our left foot down. Squeeze in our right leg. You might have to move it over just because some of your anatomy. Breathe, one more. And then you can either extend your leg or you can bring it here, and then you're going to cross it across your body. And when you do that, I want you to put your shoulders square on the ground. And then you're going to look over your right hand. The stretch makes me lower back feel great. And then from here, we're going to put our right heel on our left knee, and we can either just pull through here. You want to try this? You want to slide your right foot to where your knees are close. Bring this back foot, grab it with your right arm, grab it with your left arm. Hope you're feeling really good, starting to cool down. I love working out in super weather. It's so nice. Not too hot, not too cold. All right, from here, your knees are gonna go back into your chest. Then you're gonna extend your right leg. Same thing, squeeze, 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 squeeze. You might have to drop it over, come to the side to get it in there. Everybody's body's different. So what I do might look different for you. And then you can extend your leg up, or 90 degree, you're gonna move it over to your right side. See how my shoulders are off the ground? I want you to put them on the ground so they're both touching the ground. And then I want you to look back to your left. Now I gotta peek at the sun again. And the clouds disappear. And then same thing from here. You're going to put your left heel on your right knee. Go ahead and go through if you'd like, or push that left knee towards your right knee. Bring that left foot back, and then drop your right leg. Alright, now we're going to put our feet down. And I'm going to scoot down so I don't hit anything. And we're going to go into a shoulder stand, into a plow. And then from the plow, we're going to grab our feet and we're going to come up into kind of a bow pose. And then then hold that boat pose, and then we have happy baby, and we have shavasana. So let's get it done. So the easiest way to get into a shoulder stand is kind to put your shoulders, dig them into the ground, and then you're going to push your body up, and you're going to support your back. See how you're braced? You're going to be in that shoulder stand. And you can do, if you want, just to mess around kind of like how we were doing earlier, do that if you'd like. It's kind of just fun. Like I said, I really like conversions. They make me feel great. So anytime I get some extra time. And those of you that want to go straight into plow, I want you to be very careful here. I want you to try to keep your back as straight as possible, and lower, 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 until your feet touch the ground. You're making a step. And then you're in plow. Bring your hamstring. And then from plow, I want you to reach out and grab your feet. Look at those. And then you might have to rock yourself up into a boat position. Let's get back into that boat position. Hold it. Here. 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 From here. Your modified boat. Then from a boat pose, we're going to go in and roll back down into a happy baby. I know everybody loves the stretch. Roll out your back. I can smell that pine. I'm actually using a pine candle today too. It smells wonderful. And the white sage, well, the white sage I think is out, so it's burned away all the negative energy for us. All right, and then from here, you're just gonna slowly brace your core and lower your legs. Lower, 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 all the way down. And reach best part of class, which is your savasana. You can either splay your feet out. I don't know if you can see me. I'm going to come this way so you can see me. I'll probably be covered in pine needles after this, but so your feet you can splay out. Just let your body go. You can put your hand over your heart and your stomach if you'd like, over your chakras. And just breathe. If you want to go back to your meditative state of where you feel happy and powerful and energetic, and you just feel all that energy flowing in your body, please go back there. And now we're just going to breathe for a little bit, and I'm going to be quiet and let you listen to the sounds of nature. I'm going to turn off the hot tub one more time. Do your shavasana. Stay here as long as you'd like. Just check in with your body today, see if you're tight anywhere, if you need a little bit more stretching, or if there's any pain anywhere. Really feel that energy that you just worked up for your whole body. At the beginning of class, deep breaths, filling your lungs up, breathing in the positive energy, and exhaling that negative out. Breathing really calms down your parasympathetic nervous system, which you guys have heard me talk about. For those of us that struggle with PTSD, we're constantly in a fight or flight mode. So this stimulates your vagus nerve and is proven to get you out of that fight or flight mode. And start to open your eyes wherever you're at. I can see a hawk flying way up in the sky right now. I could stay out here all day just like this. We have stuff to do, and it's Sunday, and I have a football game to watch. Seattle's playing, that's my team. Sorry if I offend anybody. Go Hawks. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick one side or the other. I'm just going to go over to my right side. You're going to be in the fetal position, and then you're slowly going to come up with your head being the last thing that comes up, and you're going to come back into that easy pose where we started. Sit up tall and straight, get all that energy to the divine from the crown of your head. Put your fingers together. We just have 5 breaths here. And you're going to bring your hands to heart center. I want to thank you for being here today. If you liked any of the stuff we did, please feel free to comment. If you have questions, subscribe please, because we're trying to make this into a nonprofit, so then we could use any monetary value from YouTube to help veterans and first responders with PTSD, so we can stop the prevention of suicide. We've lost too many brothers and sisters to that. So with that said, let the light shine in you, the positive energy that you deserve. Release the negative energy back to the earth. Namaste. Thank you.